Hyrule Warriors was a game originally released in 2014 for the Wii U. After being ported to the 3DS in 2016 and the Switch in 2018 as the definitive edition, they released a Breath of the Wild sequel called Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity in 2020. The sequel seems great, but I never touched it, due to the fact that the original has a greater cast that spans the entire Zeldaverse, so we're just gonna stick with the one true original Hyrule Warriors. The main highlight of Hyrule Warriors is in its 4 modes. It's Legend Mode, Free Mode, Adventure Mode, and Challenge Mode. However, there is more. In addition to the modes, we have an option to customize a personal fairy or view an amazing gallery. Starting with the first mode, we have Legend Mode, which translates to basically our story mode. The story mode centers around stabilizing the converging of timelines with our new character Lana, whom is conflicting with our other new character, the evil witch Sia, who is also the main antagonist, besides Ganon, of course. The main part of the story involving Link does a great job making sure to branch so that we not only see Link's point of view, but we see all of his team members' point of view, and eventually we even get to see the villain's point of view. So overall, it follows that Warriors formula, making sure we don't stick with any one character, despite Link obviously being the focus. I really like this because although I love Link, the point of the game is to give love to the entire Zeldaverse, and that was definitely achieved. Overall, 10 out of 10 story with twists, turns, and fun unlockables that encourage replayability. Next is the free mode. Simply put, the story in Legend Mode is like any other story. It has restrictions on it, on what characters you can use and where. But this allows you to use any character you've unlocked in Legend or Adventure Mode wherever you want in the story. Next, in the best of all modes, Adventure Mode, you can choose from a series of increasingly difficult game boards to unlock new outfits, characters, fairies, and gallery items. Each board looks like an 8-bit version of its game, not counting how the original Zelda is already 8-bit. So you could even see Termina from Majora's Mask in 8-bit style. Each board has you unlock paths as you go with secret items needing a search, which means that you need to use in-board items on certain things to unlock secrets. It's not hard, as the compass can glitter on what you need to use it on if you're lost, and the item store shows you a preview of what you're looking for if you feel you can find it without the compass. Here's an example. Pretty interesting, right? I at least think it gives a nice classic Zelda puzzle feel we always need in any Zelda game. Each of those panels on the board has its own fights and challenges that you need to overcome in order to unlock other panels, opening up all those paths I was talking about. The challenges can be super tough at times, but they're always unique, ranging from kill an amount of enemies to one hit can be deadly for everyone, to even quizzes that you need to defeat the right enemy to solve the quiz. So the reason this is my favorite mode is not just because you can unlock new characters and outfits in it, it's also because these challenges encourage strategy, using specific items, and solving issues in your own way. Just having that combination of gameplay shows that it infuses Zelda and the Warriors games perfectly. Instead of having a Zelda-like Warriors games or a Warriors-like Zelda game, it feels like a perfect 50-50 split, which I personally don't feel super often in Warriors games. The last mode is Challenge Mode. Admittedly, I've barely touched this, because it's basically taking the battle and boss challenges from Adventure Mode and saying, you can do them here as well for a rank, some rupees, and more challenges. I prefer progression, so I'm just going to stick with Adventure Mode. However, there is a third part that makes it unique, the Ganon's Fury mode. While you can play as Ganon in Adventure, Free mode, and sometimes in the Story mode, this one focuses around you purely using him for this explosive slaughter of a mode. Pretty fun, but again, doesn't add anything vital that makes me care about the challenge mode. After you're done with your modes, you can kick back and customize your fairy or view the gallery. Your fairy can be fed in order to level it up, dressed up in clothes that boost its ability, or it can equip abilities you've earned in the adventure mode. Fairies and their abilities and accessories can only be caught within adventure mode, because these gals are really only used for extra abilities while you're fighting in it. Sadly, you can't even unlock the My Fairy menu until you catch one super later into the first board, so you feel like, at this point, an extra ability, especially one that just boosts your attack, doesn't really matter. So overall, the fairy is a cool mechanic, so I do wish it was implemented better, but you don't really need to care about this option at all. The gallery, on the other hand, that is a sight to behold. You can start by taking the time to view every unlocked character, and I know, in most games, it's not worth it to do that, but on this one, oh, it definitely is. You can see how they look with every one of their unlocked weapons and costumes, getting a great look at each design. Next, you can view gorgeous cutscenes from the story that you've beaten, reliving the experiences without having to go through the entire story or entire chapter in order to see them. After that, you can listen to unlocked music you've gotten from the adventure mode, some of which you'll never find anywhere else. Let's just listen to this 8-bit version from Termina on the adventure board for a bit. I'll leave the time on the menu you can skip to if you don't want to listen to it with me. Next is the medal list, which is just if you want to see your completed and in progress achievements. So I'm not really interested in that stuff, so I'm just gonna skip past it. Almost forgot, you can view a series of portraits that you get throughout the levels when you kill gold skeletas, which are these little spidery things that you find through missions and just hidden throughout the stage in general. And lastly, you can view all the tutorials on stuff you forgot. But the story mode really guides you into it, so you probably will never need this if you play consistently. As usual, last but not least, is the showcase. Enjoy! Hey, Placebo here. Welcome, Pill Poppers, to the showcase of Hyrule Warriors, one of my favorite of the Warriors games. So, defeat 400 enemies in time that we're going for. It says level 1, so yeah. It's gonna be pretty easy. So the reward said I can get a heart container for Linkle, which is a female-esque character, representing similar to Link, but she also thinks she's the hero, either though she's not, because she's like, oh, I have a green tunic, and my village says people with a green tunic and the sacred compass or whatever can be the hero. Obviously, she never made it to the battle, but she's generally supposed to be pretty much like a farm girl wanting to be the hero. So it's interesting. Let's go with Lightning Plus. Fairy. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have my teammate be... Let's go Girls Night Out. Tetra from Wind Waker. Yeah, they got pretty much everyone from every type, including Girahim from Skyward Sword. It's not just fan stuff though, like where they're getting every single dimension. The gameplay is so good. I dare say better than even Pirate Warriors with One Piece, or Dynasty Warriors in some cases. Not all of them, of course. Okay, we're gonna stay as Linkle for a bit, but you can change characters, which is nice. Defeat Zelda. Okay, actually, you know what? Linkle. So you can command. I wish the command was a little bit easier, though. Linkle, you go over here, battle this Moblin. Now I'm gonna change the Tetra. Oh, I didn't even realize we're in Twilight Princess area. So this is the new Zelda based off the Hyrule Warriors design, so you really won't recognize it very much, unless you played the game. Yeah. As normal Dynasty Warriors stuff, you got a ton of combos. They have a stun bar once they miss an attack. I think what's mostly different is that I think everyone else has a magic-esque bar in other Dynasty games as well aside from the skills, like the normal skill attacks. But this one also has specific items, which you can use in different types, I guess. I don't really know how to phrase it. But yeah, so you have specific items you can use in different circumstances and unlock things. So they keep it Zelda. And I love that. It is so smart. So like in this case, with the this bird, similar to the game, you take a hammer, whack it, and get off that darn mask. Bang. Of course. I don't think, other than the Triforce attack, there's any other hints that she's you-know-who. In case you haven't played the game. But who knows? Who knows how many people have played the game or whatever like that. So, come here. Whack. Down you go. Ultimate attack. Oh, there's her light bow. Okay, yeah. So I guess there is more hints. I'll play as Linkle right after it defeats... Oh crap, I just forgot the objectives defeat 400 people. I don't have to care about the bird. Yeah, because if you complete the objective, that's the main thing, so... Since she's a farm girl, the electric boots are my favorite, because... since she's a farm girl, they focus on the cuckoos, which are like her friends. So, some of her attacks involve the chickens. It's really adorable, I love it. Okay. Whew, material. Always get material. It's the one thing in this game that kind of is a little bit irritating. You gotta get certain materials to upgrade and stuff. And it's... Cuckoo attack. Cuckoo attack. However they say it. Who knows? Probably a lot of people. I don't. Moblin. I'm coming for you, Moblin. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. You missed me, Moblin. You missed. Oh, I dodged you. That's one thing I really like. You can dodge so easy in this game, aside from stuff like, yeah, Pirate Warriors, where the stagger is a lot longer. I'm gonna change the Tetra before she dies. Because they do have independent battles while you're doing stuff, obviously. So it's real time, which I really like. This one, it's not just easier to dodge, though. You can lock on and then dodge like at a moment's notice, which is something I really like, since it's pretty obvious from my other video that I love Devil May Cry. So. Oh, you think you're gonna attack me? 9! I am the Wind Waker. I am not, but... Something that does kind of bother me is... And obviously it's not a big deal at all. But, in Wind Waker, obviously you are Link, the character from, it's not actually from the Bloodline, I don't think, but like you play as that character who represents Link in that one. The thing is that in this game, the Wind Waker like weapon goes to Zelda. And I'm like, okay, that leaves more weapons open for Link and Toon Link. But what the heck? How do they decide on that? At least give it to like Toon Zelda or something, like an iteration of Tetra or something. I don't know. It just feels so wrong, but they do it so right. So yeah, so they, I guess back on the subject of the game, as you can see over the characters' heads, they have certain items that can be used to make them go crazy and attack people around them, which is also interesting. Let's see. Obviously there's different bosses. They all need unique things to stun them, usually. And if you've played the Zelda games, they relate to them directly, like how the hammer did that. Or how the bombs go in the Dodongo's stomach. Heart Container! You can collect Heart Containers for mission stuff, like I said. If you play as the character, it gives you them as it promises if you get an A rank. So this is obvious that I got an A rank. Which isn't too hard, just be good at the game. Do the thing in time, attack people. Sometimes it's a little difficult depending on the challenge, but shouldn't be. Oh, and yeah, sometimes specific weapons give you this like unique unique ending. With her crossbows, which is her main weapon, it shows her going the opposite direction of Hyrule Castle, which is adorable because obviously she wants to be the hero and then gets lost. Never makes it to battle. We'll never know if she's the true hero. But and you get materials at the end, you get your coins, and and depending on your rank, you can sometimes unlock panels. So I decided to do the Wind Waker one just because I've played a lot of this game, yet I've barely scratched the adventure mode. That tells how much content is in this game. So if you really like Legend of Zelda, and either whether or not you really like Dynasty Warriors, or you kind of like it, this I can 100% say, as long as you don't not like Dynasty Warriors, if that makes sense, then you will enjoy this. This is a fun romp to just mow down characters and see things relating to the Zeldaverse, and obviously, as I've shown, it still has that Zelda dungeon-esque gameplay. Even some missions require you to go around using certain weapons to like activate switches, defeat Deku Babas with arrows, that kind of stuff. I'm like, wow, this is, and it requires a lot of quick thinking, despite the fact that it's a Dynasty mow down hack and slash game, which I'm not saying the Dynasty Warriors games don't have a lot of quick thinking, but it's just, I don't know. I think I just relate more to Zelda thinking than Dynasty Warriors. So that's my take on it. Enjoy the game if you want to. Thanks for sticking with this showcase, and I'll see you.